Yeah, thanks again for agreeing to call in. Like, this
Yeah.
is super excited that like everyone's so willing to kind of call in and support this.
Oh yeah.
So,
Welcome on, so.
how did you end up getting cast for the role of Commander Shepard?
I just auditioned for it, and there we went.
Okay, and like, how did you get involved in voice acting? Like, is that kind of something you aspired to early on, or did you?
Not specifically. I was a singer first and an actress, and just kind of ended up falling into it, and it was a fit. It just worked for me, you know.
Okay, nice. And yeah, just to remind anyone, feel free to ask any questions in chat. I'll be, keeping an eye on it and relaying everything. And I think a few people emailed me questions they wanted to have asked as well. So,
How are we broadcasting? Are we going out audio, video, stream?
uh, audio and video right now.
I can't see you at all.
Yeah, I know. I can't figure out how to get that camera to work nicely with Skype. And the problem is, I'm trying to do Skype and stream, and the
Oh.
camera does not the camera doesn't work well with both. If one program is utilizing it, the other
Hmm.
one won't.
I'll just stare at this little blue outline that looks like you and call it you.
Exactly. I mean, yeah. When we're done with this, if you want to tune into twitch.tv/armedgamer, you can see what we've
Cool.
been doing.
Cool.
And
Awesome.
we've raised about $2,086 last I checked.
Awesome. 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 That's so cool.
Yeah, and Izzy also, I think, just squealed and said thank you for talking to her on the phone last night.
Hi, Izzy. How's it going?
Chanel wants to know, do you audition for BioWare anymore, or do they just say, hey, want to do the voice of the Old Republic's female Republic trooper?
I audition. I always audition. Although I can't remember. I can't remember if I auditioned for the Trooper or not. I can't remember. About 80% of the time I audition, though. You know, I still am in the trenches like everybody else. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what was it like kind of playing Commander Shepard, and like, how did you feel when they kind of started focusing a bit more on FemShep for the advertising with Mass Effect 3?
Thrilled. Absolutely stoked. I absolutely loved it. Are you kidding? It was awesome. I'm so happy. You know, just because FemShep deserves it, and also because all the female gamers out there deserve it. Come on, let's give us someone to connect with, someone to relate to. It's awesome. Nothing against the guys, but give us some too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Um, Chris Newberry wanted to know, what has been your favorite character to voice act with BioWare?
They're all a blast. I have to say I'm really enjoying FemShep because the depth that we've been able to get into with the trilogy and the volume of it, and the writing has just come together. I mean, nothing against the writing of anything else. It's all fantastic. But the writing in this one, Mac and the team have just excelled at the level of detail and character and relationship and distinctions, and the intensity of the story is I think unmatched.
Mm-hmm. And I think you already answered that question. Chris also wanted to know, have you always wanted to be a voice actor?
Mm. I was a singer first, and I love all forms of acting, and voice acting is like acting on steroids. So it's a big win-win.
Mm-hmm. And Farmer Bob wants to know, are there any emotions or vocal sounds in voice acting that are particularly difficult for you? How do you get through it?
Mm. Like screaming and screaming and screaming and screaming takes a lot of physical focus in a certain kind of form, so you don't blow your voice out. But they're pretty good about the way that they time it and what they ask of you, so it doesn't bother me. I don't find. Yeah, I think I find scenes that are all sexed up just for the sake of being sexed up. Those are like, oh, mortifying. I like the ones where there's a relationship. I like there's the ones where there's there's action, there's something to be done, there's a mission. That's kind of my preference. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And when you first went into Mass Effect, did you expect that there would be three games when you signed up for the first?
No, I had no idea. I had no idea at all, and it's been awesome. I'm so glad there are. I wish they do 4, 5, and 6, but I don't know that that's going to happen. Hmm.
Yeah. Sean wants to know. You and Steve Bloom do a lot of roles together. Are you friends?
Yes, we are. He's awesome. He's one of my favorite actors and one of my favorite people. He's just a dream.
Yeah, I actually got to do a Q&A with him a few months ago, and he is just an absolutely cool dude.
Yeah, he is. It's just fantastic. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Daniel Coleman also wants to know, are you excited or relieved that the game releases today?
I'm excited. I'm completely excited. I can't wait for it to hit, because I've done a few interviews and I can't say anything about it, and we just had so much fun doing it. I can't wait for everybody to play it and to see if it hits you guys the way it hit us,
Now, if I remember straight from, we had a brief phone conversation last night. Sorry, my landlord's here and just shaking his head at my
Hi.
closet full of junk. Um, so yeah, you don't really play any of the games, correct?
No, I'm not very good at it, and frankly, I'm lucky enough to work a lot, so I don't have a lot of free time. And when I do have free time, I want to be outside. I love rock climbing. I love my horse. I love my friends and my family, and I just want to go do stuff. And every free second I have, I'm pretty much out doing stuff. So,
Awesome. Izzy wants to know, did you have any inspirations for the voice you decided to do for FemShep?
came straight out of the writing, out of the character, out of the director. We first started Mass Effect. Hi.
Orange.
Right? Shout out to the writer and the director. Sheepdog. Shepdog. We'll call it Shepdog.
Yeah.
Yeah, it came from those guys, from their vision, and then I just kind of tried to follow through on that as best I could. It was Ginny McSwain and Chris Borders in the first two, and then Caroline Livingstone in this one. And they're great directors. Can't go wrong with them.
Yeah. The Hellraider wants to know, how would you feel if they did a Mass Effect movie with male Shepard rather than female Shepard?
What do you think? I mean, come on. I think they should make 2 movies, one male Shep, one femme Shep.
Oh, absolutely, I agree.
No, I have a question for him. Who would he rather look at for 2 hours?
Good question. Chanel wants to know, actually, what kind of horse do you have, Western or English?
We ride. He can ride. He can go either way. He's a Mustang. I kind of prefer English, or just it's closer I feel closer to the horse. But I'll ride Western as long as the saddle's not like a rock. I have a good endurance saddle. Tell her I like that. I like my endurance saddle.
Nice. Now, what was it like doing the voice for FemShep? Like, was it just particularly hard? Like, how long did you have to do it for? Were you in the studio for with all the different voice options you kind of had to give?
We would do. I mean, a standard session is 4 hours, so I'd be in for 4 hours, and it's intense. It's 4 hours, and 4 hours sounds like a short deal, but it's usually not my only session of the day. And it's 4 hours of straight performing, like go, and this line, and this situation, and that one, and this new element, and that new element. Now go back to this and think about that, and it's a lot of it's sort of acting on steroids, because I'm creating the environment, I'm creating in my imagination, I'm creating the environment, I'm creating the people, I'm creating what just happened right before this, what am I after, what's my obstacle, the whole thing, and boom, boom, boom. So it's very intense. That's, if that answers your question.
Yeah, and were there any particular scenes that you had a lot of difficulty with, whether you just couldn't stop laughing, or you just couldn't quite get it just right?
Yeah, there are a few moments. I mean, there were so many sessions. I can't even think how many sessions. I had like 7,000 lines. Shepard does. So it's hard to remember any specific one. And the way that I work, I tend to kind of drop into that second and that moment. So when I'm on to the next one, that one's gone, unless I need it for context for the next thing. Yeah, I mean, the end game stuff was extreme. Some of it got really, a bit hard to speak. So That's all I can say about that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I hated that the last day of recording was the last day of recording. That freaked me out. But yeah, and then there's some, of course, then you get the giggles about some stuff because you screw up or someone makes a joke about something and you can't talk, and that's pretty funny when that happens.
Yeah. Skeletal Big wants to know how difficult is it to voice a Paragon and a Renegade for the same character? How did you distinguish between the two?
It's again, it comes out of the writing. It's also the attitude. It's like which part of Shepard switches on for that, and which part of Shepard switches off for that. Because we'd do those in a run. Like we'd do the scene, and then we'd stop at a certain point, and then we'd go to the next line, and it would be maybe those 3 lines were Paragon, and then this is Renegade, or this is Default, like somewhere in the middle. And it's sort of you in a different mood. It's you in this mindset and you in that mindset, then switch back over to this one, but you're still you in the center of it.
Mm-hmm. And Izzy wants to know, do you love Garrus like she loves Garrus?
That's hard to say, Izzy, because I've Garrus a lot. Probably.
Alright, Chanel also wants to know... Oh, Salt
Go,
fell.
Chuck, go!
When you were doing scenes with Garrus, do you just hear the actor's voice without the voice modulation? Or, I guess the same goes for any alien voices. Do you hear the modulation in the responses, or is it just raw voice?
In most of my scenes, I don't hear anybody because I tend to record early on, or sort of first in a set, and so I'm just acting against nothing, against silence and my imagination and what I would see on the page, and the director might tell me. When I did hear their voices, most of the time it was modulated, I think. Sort of depends on where it fell in the process. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. I think. Hard to say. Yeah.
Okay. Liggy wants to know, did you enjoy voicing the Renegade character more to bring out your evil side?
It's not evil. It's just completely without diplomacy.
I like that description.
Yeah, of course. It's so much fun. Are you kidding? And it's so easy. It's just like, what? Versus, can I help you? It's totally fun. You're kidding, Renegade? The things you wish you could say to people, the way you wish you could act, you can't.
Yeah. Chanel says that line should go in a t-shirt. Farmer Bob wants to know, as such a photogenic person, have you ever considered taking any roles in television or film?
I have and I do, and thank you, Farmer Bob. That's very sweet. I have and I do. I'm pretty busy with voiceover, but I've started to kind of make my way back into what we call on-camera stuff as well. Yeah.
Okay. So, what other games have you been voice acting for? Is it really only Mass Effect, or just...
Oh, no. Someone tweeted to me the other day that I have the Guinness record for most prolific video game actor.
Really?
I've done, apparently, they said 129 games. In the Metal Gear series, Naomi Hunter and Emma Emmerich. In Onimusha Baraden, I've done, of course, the Star Wars stuff. Bulletstorm, that was out this year, I'm Trishka Novak in that. Brutal Legend, I'm Ophelia. Excuse me, Kingdom Hearts, Cinderella. What else? Gosh. Oh my goodness. Seamus Aran, the Metroid, first Metroid. Did I say Metal Gear Solid, Naomi Hunter? I did.
Yeah.
I can't keep track, but it's on IMDb. IMDb.
Do you have a particular favorite character that you've gotten into in the past, and or is it just kind of you just love all the characters, as Stephen Bloom would say, all those characters are in his own way, his own little children?
It's true. I agree with that. Oh, and I forgot, this year Diablo 3 is coming out, and I'm in that as well. Yeah, it's hard to pick. I have to say I really enjoy FemShep for a few specific reasons. The depth of...
Valkuan wants to know, have you ever pulled a prank on Mark Meer using your FemShep voice?
Not yet, but it's a great idea. I tell you, he no, I don't know if you know this about him, but he's hilarious. He's like the king of comedy. He'd probably get me first.
Yeah, he actually called in yesterday as well, so
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was a lot of fun.
I have a really fun. I don't know if you guys know David Hayter. He's Solid Snake, from the Metal Gear series. We had a really fun rivalry going this weekend. We were both skiing in the same place, and we were doing like a big old Twitter rivalry this weekend. It was fun.
Nice. Uh, Nika wants to know: was it cool doing voiceovers for Totally Spies and the Powerpuff Girls?
Yes, so much fun. We're doing more spies now. Actually, we just started back.
Oh, awesome! They also want to know, can you still do their voices? Is next question.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you just have that, I guess, memory for a lot of those characters. You can.
Yeah, I mean, some of them are like, Princess is completely unforgettable, as is Miss Keen and Sedusa. And yeah, and then Sam and Mandy from Totally Spies, I'm doing them right now. I'm doing them like did it last week and I do it again in 2 weeks. So I've got them right in my head. Yeah.
Liggy also wants to know: have you ever attempted to do the voice of Male Shepherd, and how did that turn out?
No, that would sound hideous, but it'd be really funny. That's a great idea.
um, uh, Chanel just posted a fun fact. You were, in fact, Carmen Sandiego, apparently.
Actually, I was Ivy. Rita Moreno was Carmen Sandiego. I was Ivy, and that was my first cartoon I ever auditioned for, and the first one I ever did. It was a series. It was so much fun. And the first video game I ever did.
Oh, nice. Um, Sorry, I'm just trying to scroll through and see if I missed any questions. What was your favorite character in Mass Effect other than FemShep?
Gosh, I don't know. I like Liara. I love Garrus.
And when you were
It's fascinating with his funky like speech and stuff, and of course, Grunt, Steve, and those guys. I mean, yeah. Oh, Joker, Joker. It's Joker. Yeah.
nice, I've been trying to get Seth Green to call in, but that man is hard to get a hold of.
He's crazy busy. That's what I'm working on another show with him right now. That's a comedy, and he's just such a comic genius. Yeah.
Chanel wants to know: did they have to fly you out to Edmonton for the voice sessions, or were they always in LA?
No, we always did them here in LA.
Okay. So have you and Mark Muir ever gotten into a fight over who the real Commander Shepard is?
No, we avoid that. We're actually, we've become friends through this whole thing. He's awesome. I think he's hilarious and funny and talented, and he's great. We'll leave that to you guys.
Nice. Looks like a few people are saying that you're the real Shepard.
Yes. Ooh.
So what's it like? Do you go to the conventions, and what's it like there? How do the fans kind of react?
I've been to, I think, 3, and it's a trip. It's fun. I mean, people are really, they're awesome. They're smart. They're creative as heck. Yeah, it's a blast. It's a real fun thing to do. Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry, I lack of sleep. I'm having trouble just keeping up with questions and everything right now.
Let's focus.
I'm trying so hard. So have you seen the cinematic FemShep trailer yet? And what did you think of all that?
I think it came out this morning, and I haven't had time to look at it yet. I'm dying to see it. Yeah, I saw the FemShep Reinstated trailer, but I haven't seen the one that came out this morning.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I actually haven't seen that one either yet. I've been too busy with this. But yeah, the other trailer, the other FemShep trailer, was absolutely brilliant. I loved it.
I do too. Yeah, yeah.
Skeletal Big wants to know: if you could have one superpower, what would it be?
The ability to have everybody understand each other. Because when you understand somebody, you can't hate them. You can disagree with them, but you can't hate them, and it would change everything.
And Sean wants to know: do any of your kids play the games you voice?
No, my kid's way too little, and I wouldn't let him anyway.
Goodness. So, Yeah, do you have any projects in the work that you can talk about, I guess, with BioWare, or is it all like,
We're sort of ongoing with the Star Wars thing. We've gone back and recorded a couple of the bits, some newer stuff, and if the fans, maybe if they make enough noise, we'll do some. They might do more Mass Effect. I have no idea, but let's give it a shot, everybody. Diablo 3 is coming out. It's not BioWare, but and then oh gosh, just a lot of cartoon stuff. Green Lantern, Avengers. Um, More Spies, Shaolin Chronicles. It's a sort of a reboot of Shaolin Showdown. And
was that a WB show from back in the day?
it was, and they've rebooted it now. It's like in a new. I'm not sure who's distributing or anything like that, but we're having fun putting it together. Yeah.
Wow, I remember that show. That was back in the day. So we asked Mark Mir to do this, and I'm tremendously embarrassed, but
Yeah.
you know exactly what's coming, don't you? The
Oh.
favorite X in the X line.
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. And Arm Gamer is my favorite. What on the Citadel? My favorite.
I think we did like favorite stream on the Citadel.
Okay. Okay. This is Commander Shepard. And Arm Gamer is my favorite stream on the Citadel. I should go.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Big thank you to everybody out there. Thank you so much.
Oh man, the chat's going crazy right now. They love that.
I love it. That's great. That's great.
Alright, so thank you so much for calling in.
My pleasure. My
A lot of fun having you on. I always love to see the support of everyone who worked on the game for this sort of thing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I hope you raise a ton of money and thank you for doing this and thanks to everybody out there. Yeah. Yeah.
I hope I raised quite a bit as well.
Yeah. Midnight tonight. Woo!
Heck yeah, and I'll definitely start streaming the game as soon as I get it.
Yeah, I'll be at the GameStop in West Hollywood if anybody's listening from LA area for around 11 p.m., 10, 11 p.m. for the launch. So,
Alright, awesome. I'll make sure to spread the word then.
yeah, spread the word. And if anybody, I'll be tweeting about it. J Hale Tweets is my handle. So, yeah, I'll keep you posted.
Alright, thanks again. I look forward to hearing your voice in the game.
All right, take care, you guys. Thanks.